Okay, welcome to the Sanibel Captiva guide. We've got some great news. The Sanibel Causeway Islands are going to be opening up again to the public. Basically, years ahead of schedule. Now, when we spoke to the Lee County Department of Transportation a couple of weeks ago, they said it's going to be 2027 before the islands are finished. And in fact, we've had a couple of calls about it and people asking because they were on the causeway in traffic and saying, oh, we can see trash can liners in there and it looks like it's going to open. We were saying no, it's actually, we've been told it's going to be quite a while, but we've just heard the great news that it's actually going to be May 1st they're going to be opening. Now I don't doubt that it's not going to be 100% finished. There's the posts are out, the parking spaces are loosely marked. There's trash cans, but there's no toilet facilities or anything like that. So I'm sure that's going to come at a later time. It's going to be open. It's going to be free parking for now. Now, I don't know, that's as far as we know, that's going to be free parking for good. If I had a hunch, a personal hunch, I would say that wouldn't be the case, but that's just a personal hunch. It's not anything set in stone. But yeah, they've done an amazing job. The islands themselves are going to be the exact same size as they were before. They couldn't change these shapes or anything like that because of zoning or because of planning, and you know, it's a big deal to get federal approval for any of these things. But they are the same shape. The big difference is that you can see, or more to the point that you can't see, is all the stuff they've done underground. And I've just been on the phone with a friend of mine, and they're maritime construction people, and they were explaining a little bit about it, what it was they've done. And basically, if you look down in front of you, you can see that concrete wall that runs alongside, parallel with the causeway there. That was there before. The problem was that the water went over the top of those and washed out all the back soil behind it. So to stop that happening again, they've basically built another wall in front of it, filled it with concrete, and then in front of that there is a mesh that's laid on the ground, and then on top of that mesh there's a rock system. Basically it's just really heavy rock that's set on material, but the idea being that when the waves crash down, if it happens again, hopefully it won't, but of course it will, but that they will not displace the rocks, therefore not displace the sand behind them. Of course, maybe they might displace some of the sand, but the actual structure of the island is still going to be there in one piece. That's the plan anyways. And there you can see the breakwaters that are made out of rock too, another protection system. But
they call that riprap? T-grind maybe.
Yeah, T-grind maybe. I like it, Laurie.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Laurie. It's Laurie's birthday today.
Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, you can see that it's all nearly finished there. It's just that, like we said, there's no facilities there. So lots of posts and gaps for parking, turnaround areas.
According to Wink News, there's going to be 800 parking spots.
800 parking spots, and they will be free. So that's, compare that with I think it was July 4th a couple of years back, before Hurricane Ian. They said there was, at their peak, there was 1,200 cars on the island. So it's down about 400 cars down from that, but still plenty of room. So it's looking good. Tell us a couple of little fun facts about the reconstruction of the islands there, Laurie.
So we all know September 28, 2022 was when Hurricane Ian struck, and it basically washed away portions of the Sanibel Causeway and cut off all vehicle access to Sanibel and Captiva Islands. But the Florida Department of Transportation mobilized emergency contractors on April 5th, 2022, and the crews worked around the clock. There was 100+ crew working per day, 36,000 workforce hours, 70 pieces of heavy equipment were used daily. and they brought in 8,200 truckloads of fill dirt, 2,400 truckloads of rock, and 4,000 tons of asphalt. And as a result, 3 weeks after the hurricane, on October 19th, 2022, the causeway reopened to limited traffic, meaning emergency and utility vehicles, and then residents were finally able to access the island. So amazing what they did in 3 weeks.
Yeah, so incredible. And you can see there's still some heavy equipment on there doing the finishing touches. That one doesn't look like it's doing very much, but still some equipment out there. A couple of pieces over there. Water truck spraying down the dust. But the actual roadway itself is all finished. That's all handed over. So there actually is still parts of the planning process of the parks or the island parks themselves that haven't been even finalized at this point. I think the plans, they're in the planning stages, but yeah, as far as vegetation and the actual real nuts and bolts of the final design are not quite complete yet. So yeah, great news, really good news, and everything's looking good. The boat ramp is slated for further down the line, and
yeah, I think they're still using it as a staging place for the barges and things to work on the causeway.
And I think if you look at our last video, I think they were saying that January time they might start looking at opening that back up.
Which I know everybody's desperate for, because public boat ramps are few and far between here. So, and Punta Rassa was a huge draw for boaters that have to trailer their boat. So everybody's really looking forward to the Punta Rassa boat ramp reopening.
So yeah, good news all around. May 1st, look out for it. And good news, part of all getting back to normal on the islands. And it'll be great to see people enjoying it. The part that we're standing at right now, actually, people have been using that. You can see right here at the foot of the causeway here. Okay, that's all we got for you. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see future content, and also sign up for our newsletter. It comes out every Thursday. You can sign up where, Laurie?
thesandpepguide.com/newsletter.
Good stuff. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.